I was about to go to sleep, then I reminded myself of BitConnect and Laser Online. I thought about it for a couple seconds, did some digging, and lo and behold, we have some more news. The dead coin is making a return. It's a comeback, as Trevon James would say. It is approaching its bull run. It went from 30 pennies to 60, 70 pennies. A little bit of ways from the $300 mark, but Trevon James has been subpoenaed by the SEC to appear and testify next month. It is going to get delisted, and on top of that, we're going to mention an exchange that I never updated on. My name is Michael Kubera. Let's get into the news today. Delicioso. BitConnect, Carlos Matos. It's been a while since you guys heard about it or probably cared, but this is the final nail in the coffin. BitConnect X, there's no update on it. It's just a dead project. Nobody knows where the money went. Nobody really was arrested from the higher ranks up there. And BitConnect in India, there came out a report that it was around $3 billion that were affected in just that country alone. Pretty crazy numbers to start thinking about, right? So Trevon James recently, I'm still surprised he's posting on YouTube. Like, what's going on, guys? That's probably one of his last sources of income. His Steam, it had a Steam power value of over $1 million last year, but now it's dropped to 1/10 of that due to withdrawals and, of course, the Steam and Bitcoin prices falling. People suspected that's where most of the profits from BitConnect Trevon James threw into Steam, but now we don't know. Maybe he's just cashing out. Maybe he decided to downsize his whole lifestyle and he's planning a move to Belize. A lot of bots and people were flagging his content on there. They don't want him to be making any more money than he currently is. Regardless, even if he did keep in $100,000, he'd still be able to make, just from Minnow Booster on 24/7 payouts, a decent amount. I forgot the math, but it was like $30, $60, $90, somewhere around there on the daily. It does vary, but still not bad. If he moved to Poland, he could live a very comfortable life. BitConnect experienced a pump. That's what Mr. Trevon James was so giddy about. And this was on the last exchange. The last exchange. Trade Satoshi that currently has BitConnect. And that's going to stop on September 10th as well. So the last exchange is going to delist BitConnect. And the pump that happened was with $4,000 worth of volume, which is kind of nothing compared to the billions of dollars that it once was. So it's very easy to make a pump with 4,000. I mean, Trevon James could have done it himself. And it's very curious to hear people in his live streams and see them in the comments still gaining hope. They're trying to buy back into BitConnect. What is going on with you guys? Remember Profitable Morrows, that website that I said was going to fall down? Well, it did. And it happened in the late days of May. People were freaking out. They couldn't withdraw. There was some glitches, issues with the site. Nobody was able to recover their money. It fell down. So did the marketing, all the videos, all content went with it. Goodbye, and there was no arrest made. Laser Online update. Nobody's been arrested with that as well. Nobody can find Antonio Garley. There's been further scam attempts in the Facebook groups that were hunting down Antonio Garley. And some of the hunters themselves were scammers, so it got messy as heck. I mean, recently I was even checking Instagram, and I got this. Crypto Plus, they started advertising on a 50,000 follower, normal 50,000 follower Instagram for crypto stuff, and they're like, oh, okay, well, let's just advertise a scam. I joined their Telegram group, and they got 500, and I started thinking about it. It's time to throw all my money in there. If you are interested in HYPs, though, just do understand that it is essentially throwing your money down the bucket, but there's some websites which let you start with like $10, $15, $50 and that's it. So maybe it's nothing to you, you know, you're a millionaire, you don't care, and you're not even going to consider this a passive source of income. And if you do make profit off of it, you are not going to get emotional and throw more money in. You're just going to take it, be happy with it, and cool. And for this, you do have to diversify enough. where you have multiple good websites, so it's not just throwing into like 20 random websites. You do your research on these websites. Usually it's very easy to discern which ones are going to stay. So if you go to who is, you're able to track the information of the domain. If they've only purchased hosting for the next year, they're not planning to stick around more than a year. Some Ponzi's have been alerted to this fact, so they started buying out for multiple years in advance. So this isn't the only red flag, but it is a big one. What Ponzi website can be complete without a contract or a certificate of the country that they're in? It only costs like 15 or 20 pounds in UK to create one. Then you get a virtual office space in there, you steal some pictures, and voila, you're good to go. It's probably also a good idea to keep track of if there's any issues with payment. If they're paying perfectly, everybody's happy, and they've been around for quite some time, but not too long of a time, and everything's kind of doing okay still, hey, that's a solid bet for you. Still a very risky business, wouldn't recommend it. I'm not going to advertise any websites, so go find it yourself. But in reality, the best thing you can do is get a job. My name is Michael Kubera. Goodbye, Trevon James. Goodbye, BitConnect. Goodbye, everything. It took quite a long while. I mean, Trade Satoshi's been still going with it for over the past half year. BitConnect's been gone with the money.